Hey friends, do you love farmhouse home decor and Dollar Tree DIYs? Well then come on in. I'm Sarah and welcome to my channel Primrose Lane Prims. I have 3 new farmhouse home decor and Dollar Tree DIYs that I'm really excited to show you all. So without further ado, let's get to DIYing. For this first DIY, I'm going to be using these little wood trays from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to give it a good coat of Waverly's Antique Wax. And I'm just putting a light coat over this. I want it to be more like a stain, just to stain the wood underneath. I'm going to go all over this front, back, in between, everywhere. And you might notice that this tray has a few bits of moss still glued to the bottom there. That's because I used this in a previous project that just didn't work out. Sometimes projects do not work out like we envisioned them, unfortunately. So when that happens, no need to throw it away. Let's just rip it apart and reuse it for something else. And that's what we did here. So that's why those are there. Once I have my Waverly Antique Wax on, I'm going to go over this really lightly, just dry brush on some Waverly white chalk paint. And I just want this to look almost whitewashed, just a light coat of the white over top and give it that nice rustic whitewashed look. See how pretty that is? Next, I'm going to take these little glass jars. These are from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to add a little bit of potpourri to the bottom here. Now, this is just some potpourri I had on hand, but Dollar Tree also sells potpourri too. Walmart, you can get it anywhere. I'm going to take one of these little Dollar Tree tea light candles, and I had to take the little pine cone out because it was too big. It wouldn't fit my tea light candle, and I'm just going to pop that tea light candle right down in there and add it right to the center of my tray. Next, I'm going to come in with some of this green reindeer moss from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to fill in around my tray, around my candle. Now, I didn't hot glue this down. I suppose you could if you wanted to, but I wanted to be able to have the flexibility to change this out for the different seasons if I wanted to, like maybe put some pine or pine cones around it in the winter, for example. And it really doesn't go anywhere. So I'm just going to fill that in, and then I'm going to come in with some of the Spanish moss because I love Spanish moss. It just always adds that nice rustic feel to a piece. And I'm just going to take it and I'm going to go right around the base of the glass jar with the Spanish moss. And there you go. Look how cute and rustic and just farmhouse this is. I absolutely love how this turned out. Let me know what you think. For this DIY, I'm going to be using one of these little glass jars, also from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to give this 2 coats of Waverly white chalk paint. I want it to be nice and covered, so 2 coats is definitely needed. And here's what it looks like with 2 coats, nice and covered. Once it's good and dry, I'm going to go in with my Waverly chalk paint and the color of ink, and I'm just going to dry brush around this to distress it. And I'm kind of going for the look of that chipped enamel. Kind of like an old farmhouse milk jug. Some chipped enamel on it, the black showing through underneath. Always when I'm distressing, I'll go through lightly and then I like to go back through and add some darker patches in and around till I get it to my liking. I like my stuff to have that nice distressed, really rustic kind of look. Once that's dry, I'm going to go in with my matte Mod Podge and I'm going to give this a good coat to seal it because I don't want that paint to chip at any point. Now I prefer the matte finish because this is a more rustic piece, so I don't like the glossy finish as much on my rustic pieces. But if you prefer the glossy finish, then hey, by all means, you can use the glossy. And you can find the small bottles of Mod Podge at the Dollar Tree. I just use Mod Podge a lot, so I tend to get the bigger jars of it from Amazon. Once that's all dry, I'm going to go in with my Cricut decal hilt. This is just says Farm Fresh, and this is just one that's from the Cricut Access. Already done, already on there. So if you have Cricut Access, it's on there. I had already printed it out here. Now, if you don't have Cricut, you could also use ribbon transfers from the Dollar Tree or even the black sticker letters from the Dollar Tree, or even just hand paint it if you wanted to. But I'm just going to take and add my little Farm Fresh decal right here to the front. A little Farm Fresh milk jug. And I had to snip my transfer paper here because that jar curves in, and in order to get that top piece to lay correctly, I had to snip it to bend it down and around to properly lay right. Now, once my transfer's on, or once my vinyl's on, should I say, I'm going to go over top of it as well with Mod Podge, just to extra seal that in and to kind of give that vinyl the same texture as the jar itself. Look how Farmhouse cute that's looking. But it's on there nice and good sealed. I'm loving how this is turning out. Next, I'm going to take just some jute twine and I'm going to wrap it around that bend at the top. I'm going to tie it, give it a few good twists around there, and then tie it off in a knot right in the center. Now the last step in this project is I'm going to take these gorgeous florals that I found at the Dollar Tree. I think these are so pretty. Dollar Tree is just upping their floral game big time every year. I absolutely love these, but I'm going to take 2 of these stems and I'm just going to pop them right down into the top of my little Farmhouse milk jug here. And look how cute. Farm Fresh flowers. For this DIY, I'm going to be using one of the Dollar Tree's gold candlesticks. Now they also have these in black, but I had an extra gold one left over from a different project, so I'm going to be using it. Plus gold goes with my decor. I'm going to also take one of these glass jars from the Dollar Tree like we used in the first DIY. This DIY is super simple, but turns out so pretty. I'm going to be using some super glue, combination of super glue as well as hot glue to put around here. And yep, you guessed it, we're going to glue the glass base right on top of here. Now you definitely want to use something more than just hot glue because hot glue alone won't hold it long term. E6000 would also be a great choice. It works really, really, really great with glass. Just glue that right down on the center. And the hot glue will make it hold quickly, but the super glue, I'm going to turn it upside down and give that super glue a chance to just dry and cure there, and that will hold it, give it a more permanent hold. Once my glue is dried and cured, add a candle, and here you go. Simple, so pretty. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the Farmhouse Dollar Tree DIYs that we did today. If you did, don't forget to give this video a like and leave me a comment. Let me know which one was your favorite or if you think you might try one of these in the future. Also, if you haven't done so already, I hope you will consider hitting that subscribe button. It's completely free to you. And if you hit that notification bell, then YouTube will notify you every time I upload a video so that you don't miss out on any future budget-friendly DIYs for around the home. So until next time, happy crafting, friends. And Miss Molly would like to say hello. She supervised and approved all DIY projects while curled up in my sweater.